Horses have their herds, birds have their flocks, and alligators, well, they have their congregations. Here in the Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park, you can find all three. Paynes Prairie, located in central Florida, encompasses 21,000 acres of swampland, marshes, and hardwood tussocks. Over 420 species of vertebrates live in the park, and of these, more than half are birds. The park has been named a National Natural Landmark because of the plethora of wildlife that makes its home within the park's boundaries. To understand the abundance of wildlife requires an understanding of the basic geology of the park. The broad, flat expanse of Paynes Prairie is the result of a combination of factors. The prairie sits atop a large limestone aquifer, and the water levels change drastically throughout the year. The top layer of soil in much of the prairie is a clay which absorbs water slowly. The water flows across the prairie until it reaches the Great Sink, where the water drains down through the more permeable limestone. In periods when the rainfall is heaviest, standing water can be found in many areas of the park that are normally dry ground. The presence of this standing water prevents plant species that are not well suited to such conditions from establishing themselves in the areas. The other major factor that has contributed to maintaining the prairie in its present state is human activity. In the 1600s, the Spanish brought horses to the prairie to use on a large cattle ranch. Today, a herd of Spanish horses still roams freely through the preserve. These agile quadrupeds have a long neck and a stocky build. The thick grasses of the prairie provide ideal fodder for the roving herd. The horses remain as a reminder of the cultural significance of the Spaniards in Florida. In the early 1900s, a rancher named William Camp dredged a set of canals for his own cattle ranch. Those canals are still readily visible today, and they form a sort of funnel that channels a large concentration of aquatic insects and fish towards the Great Sink. With the insects and fish come enormous flocks of migratory birds who stop in for a smorgasbord on their way north or south. Among the many birds that frequent Paynes Prairie are boisterous pelicans, stealthy great blue herons, lumbering wood storks, and nimble-footed green herons. The herons and storks are wading birds whose long, delicate legs and wide feet allow them to silently stalk fish and insects in the water. The birds often come in close proximity to alligators, but they don't seem too concerned about being so close to those jagged teeth. Alligators are the top predator in the prairie. Their bite can deliver enough force to easily snap bones. The alligator also has the advantage of rarely needing a dentist. If it loses a tooth, it grows a new one. An alligator can go through 2,000 to 3,000 teeth in its lifetime. In their early stages of development, they can grow almost a foot a year, but after age 4, the growth slows to just a few inches per year. They can grow as long as 15 feet, and their lifespan is from 35 to 50 years. Alligators thrive in wetlands like Paynes Prairie because of a unique set of physical attributes. Osteoderms, or scutes along the alligator's back, act as small solar panels that help to warm the animal's blood. The long and impressive tail of the alligator is what makes it a truly dangerous hunter in the water. With a few swishes of its tail, it can overcome a fish as it tries to escape. The alligator's nostrils are on top of its snout, which allows the gator to breathe while almost its entire body is hidden beneath the water. These physical traits are what helped the alligator to survive long after their cousins, the dinosaurs, disappeared from the earth. Seeing the number of alligators in Paynes Prairie makes it hard to believe that they were once almost extinct themselves. Paynes Prairie is an important site for protecting Florida's natural history. From the elegant wading birds to armor-plated alligators, the prairie is home to a wide array of wildlife. The Great Savannah, as naturalist William Bartram described it, is as valuable a resource today as it was 3 centuries ago when he first wrote about the prairie's beauty and natural diversity.